Hello traders, how are you? Vladimir Ribakov here from Traders Academy Club. Welcome to the weekly Forex forecast for the week starting of 10 to the 15th of February 2019. First of all, before we start, as always, thank you very much for your time watching my video. I hope I give you and help you to get some clear, better, interesting trading ideas for the coming week. The previous week was extremely beautiful technically, followed many of our ideas from the previous week. We will review that and prepare for the coming week. Now I record this video, it's Friday night here, because I would not be around during the weekend, so I recorded a bit earlier and I hope you don't mind. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe below, and I hope you will enjoy my work and the materials I have here for you. So a few important notes before we start, go over the technical parts. First of all, on Monday, as every week, I will publish the PDF format for this forecast. So just come back on Monday to this video, and below on the description and in the comments you would find the link to the PDF format. It's of course 100% free. And as well, I would like to invite you to our completely 100% free Telegram channel. To join, just follow below in the description, or again in the comments you would see a message with the Telegram link to our group. In this group you would find trading ideas, articles, videos, free strategies, downloads, and many more interesting things. Again, completely free for the community. And last final note, the next weekend I would not be around due to family commitments, and Jordan from Traders Academy Club, Jordan Kozmanov, would upload the weekly forecast instead. So please follow up. So let's begin what we do. If you are new to the channel and the videos, we prepare the plan and we follow it. This is the example for the PDF I was talking about. This is the forecast from the previous week. So now we will review that to see what worked, what failed, what has to be updated, and what has to be removed due to invalidations. Just very important to say here that the PDF, as convenient it might be, is not a replacement to the video. Okay, it's a good summary to have a quick look at, okay, that's what we haven't planned, but it's never a replacement. Okay, so because in the video I can explain things that I cannot explain in a written mode. Okay, so let's begin. Dollar CAD was our first plan we follow. Our idea that we are aiming the 50% of the weekly triple cycle. On the shorter term, we expected corrections to the upside after a little range, or after creating 3 highs, 3 lows, so basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and break above the 4. By the way, if you are not familiar with the this kind of structuring in a trend and purely working with price action in definition of trends, primary or minor, I have a great free webinar. Just follow here. Well, my camera is on the bottom left, so go to the right and you would see there the link now popping for the free webinar I had on the previous week about this kind of technical price action trading and analyzing. So dollar CAD is what our plan, and basically this is exactly what we saw happening, right? This is where we got our structure 1, 2, 3, 4, right, as we wanted to see, and breakout. Since this moment, dollar CAD provided us a beautiful correction to the upside, right? Once again, here is the structure. 1, 2, right? From the bottom, 2, 3, 4, and breakout. And this is what we got here, once again, okay? 3, 4, and breakout, boom. Of course, you can also count it like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just breakout. It doesn't matter. What does matter, you basically get yourself break above 2 highs and 3 higher lows. So the biggest question is what's now? What's from here? Now I do want to go back to this view and remind you that according to the weekly, we are still aiming to the 50%. So the long-term plan did not change. I still think as long as this top holds, this would be our invalidation. We should be looking for sell this rally. Now going to the daily chart, this is pretty much what we are facing right now, and the way I see it develops is basically one of the 2 ways. Again, this is our invalidation. Okay, so we have 2 options from here. One, we are going to develop something like that, some kind of double structure and continuation. The second option is we got a false break here, we might get a false break here, dance inside kind of a range, and then make the second continuation downwards. As long as we hold the top as invalidation, I would be looking for sell setups, and that could happen from this area, or that could happen after making the second leg and then moving to the downside. So my view now is back to bearish. Look for sell the rallies. If previous week we were looking to trade these rallies, right, then short term, and now we are back to sell them, looking for bearish setup. Now again, how do we find the setups? Let's go back to the chart. We could have here, let's say, a false break and then continuation. We could see some rally and then 1, 2, 3, 4, same idea, right? Lower highs, lower lows. Once again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the webinar that I had a previous week, I explained how to use that step by step. So this is dollar CAD. The next one on the list is the pound dollar. And the pound dollar, our plan is buy dips, right? Dip and buy. So here we are on the pound dollar. My eye became itchy, sorry. So here we are. We were looking and aiming to see a bullish hidden divergence forming here. And this is exactly what we are getting right now. This is a bullish hidden divergence. Basically that means get ready for possible further buys. Our invalidation would be the last low, of course. And basically this is what we expect to see. So what kind of setup can we face right now? We have this area as a support, right? If it holds, we would expect to see rallies. If this area is broken, I would not be surprised if we get the next low for a bullish divergence and then form the buys from there. Keep in mind, this area is a stop losses area. A lot of buyers locate their stop loss zone here, stop loss level, so this might be erased, cleaned, and continuing in the trend. So that's the 2 scenarios to follow on the pound dollar, and watch for the bullish evidences around these zones. The next one on the list of ours is the euro versus the pound. We were looking to go and sell the rallies, and that's our cubes, right? Basically we were expecting low, one more high, and then sells. So here we are, we got the one more high, and now we get the low. So as long as this area holds, we should be looking for a bearish scenario. If this area does not hold, which could happen, and that would be more than okay, then we might get it making slightly higher push to clean this area, and from there going for the sell. Now the plan would be look for these sell setups, and the way I see that, for me, it's only looking for sell setups now. If previous week we still had this as an option, one more drop and one more high, and we got it happening right here, right? Drop and high. Now gain is over. We'll be looking for sells from here, and if it doesn't hold, then from this area, after cleaning the stop losses there, going once again to the bearish view. That's the way I see the euro pound, and that's the way I plan to trade it. CAD franc, we were looking to drop down, sell, and get the corrective cycle before we are looking for the next further buys. So far, so good. We got a drop. The biggest question is, are we ready for continuation? I don't think so. After the daily double cycle and divergence, we should be visiting ideally around the 38 area. That's pretty much 0.7470 zone. And the 4-hour chart should be 2 waves. So basically that's what I would be expecting for this pair. Aussie dollar, we were looking for short-term retraces and buys from one of the supportive areas. Now the very important thing here was the corrective cycle, and the problem with this pair that it does not have a corrective cycle yet. There is no bullish divergence here yet. So I would not be surprised if, well, we clean this area and that's all good, right? But I would not be surprised if we face this scenario, right? Fighting around this area, the psychological 0.70, getting some rallies from there, and from this moment we would be expecting to see the price action again. Now on the lower time frame, the best scenario to work with would be one of the 2 variations. First of all, another false break, bullish divergence, right? And then rally. The alternative scenario would be if we can get 3 highs, 3 lows, high, 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 and lows, and then buy retraces. One of these 2 setups would be the correct technical setup to trade at the end of this corrective cycle to join back to the higher time frames direction. This is for the Aussie dollar. Pound versus the Kiwi. This was our plan. Pretty simple. Pound Kiwi, here we are. You can see that in that case it worked pretty much like a sugar. The plan followed exactly. So that was a good successful run here for this pair, right? We got the bullish divergence, we got the continuation upside. So from my point of view, as long as this area holds, we should remain bullish on this pair. From here or slightly lower, we should be continuing higher. So my plan does not change here. There is no specific new setup that is forming, but for me it's basically remains bullish. Euro versus the Aussie, we were expecting the correction to the upside and then continue the long-term sell. So we got our correction once again. The question is, are we ready for a sell? Now after the triple cycle, there are 2 ways here. This triple cycle, there are 2 ways that we might face the corrective cycle. The first way might be 1, 2 and sell. The other way might be range. So we got a false break. This might turn to be false break again, and then movement inside the range, and still looking to sell the rallies. In both variations, sell the rallies would be the correct plan, and that could happen, as we just discussed, within a range, or for this to turn to be bigger double cycle, and then for a sell. This is for the EURUSD. Kiwi versus the CAD, our plan was basically bearish. We were looking to get the lower low correction and sell, and this is exactly what we got: lower low correction and a sell. So far so good. The market respected our plan and respected the view, so this turned to be a very nice idea, that turned to be a wonderful trade. I don't see any obstacles on the way, so I think we should be heading lower. 080, below 089, maybe even 088 area would be the good place to look for that to fulfill and complete. Once this become a divergence, cash out, because from there we might see some kind of a bullish fight. Now, before we move to the commodities, there is one more pair I have to add on the list, which starts to be interesting. This is the euro versus the yen. The way I see that with this pair, the weekly should be going, I assume that this is developing a double cycle here. Therefore, this should go and complete some bullish divergence. So for me, it remains bearish in the view. Also, it has the structure of lower highs, lower lows. So for me, it's bearish. Now, the daily chart had a bearish hidden divergence. And the beautiful part this week that we got the trend line broken, and mostly that what I love to see is the fact that we had the fake breakout. Yes, there was missing divergence on that part, but there is beautiful divergence on the whole scenario here with a big false break as well. That's what makes it to look okay. The trend line going down, and the trend line was broken down. We got ourselves the structure of turning principles, and basically from there we build these lower highs, lower lows. So that's how I see that developing from here, or corrections, and we sell. Our invalidation area would be right here. And another one to add is the euro versus the dollar. The weekly chart had the last divergence is bearish hidden. There is nothing against us still on the daily. The levels to follow on this cycle are basically 100, which is around 112.50, and the next one would be 110. Now, the reason I love this 110 is because it also fits in, take a look, the beautiful 61.8 of this cycle, and of course this cycle, right? Beautiful combo we build ourselves here, and of course there is the current developing scenario. So for me, the euro dollar remains bearish, and I think we are heading towards this magnet zone. So I would be looking to sell here. Now, in the live trading rooms during the week, we already discussed about this sell after the break of the trend line right here. Let's just remove it. This was our setup, and after this trend line was broken, we became bearish. Yeah, for all those of you who are in already, just enjoy it, riding and going. If you aren't, then any retrace should provide some nice opportunity for possible further sells. And if you are not yet part of the live trading rooms and academy, I invite you to join us and join our family, and enjoy from all our trading ideas that we have day after day after day in the live trading rooms. To join, just follow the links below in the descriptions, or right on the right corner of the video with the link that you will see popping there for you. So these are the two new additions to the list, and now we go back to the commodities, gold and silver. Our plan was bearish, so gold did follow it so far. The biggest question is now what's next, and here's the tricky part. That might turn to be a double cycle and then one more push before the next lower move down. Next move lower, sorry. And there is also a possibility for this. And this look more likely to happen for me. So I would be expecting the gold to still fight. I think we might get it going down from here. And if it refuses to move right now, I would not be surprised to see one more false break. Divergence to play here, recreate itself, and then move further. And basically the same exactly we currently face with the silver. That was our plan, pretty much the same, right? Drop before further buys. We got a drop. It doesn't look deep enough, so that's why I think we should be potentially making it deeper from here, or if we do go for one more false break, which is possible, then I would expect to clean this stop loss zone, right? Stop loss zone, clean it, and from there start looking for the new bearish evidences for a sell. DAX, our plan was to get this drop and start looking for possible buys. So only today, basically Friday, as I record this video, we got this drop. Is it enough for a buy? I would not rush into that, simply because it's one straight move, and normally after such cycles it's building up in two legs, and only after that possible buy. If it doesn't develop in two legs and just hold here, we might get that continuing going all the way down. So don't rush to go in the buys yet. Definitely not required to rush here. If you enjoy this selling opportunity, then just enjoy it as it develops, because according to the long-term cycles, we basically should see that later, sooner or later, going down to create this divergence. Okay, so theoretically it has room to go. And the NASDAQ, our plan was looking for the sell patterns right here. So here it is, developing and holding this area. I think we are basically or already ready for the down, and that's how I think we are going from this area already for sells. It might go and spike for one more fake high with further sell. For me, it's only looking for any bearish evidence for a sell, and we have this evidence by creating the false breakout with convergence, making the lower lows. That's why if we hold this zone, we should be looking for sells here. If it breaks here, very likely for one more false break and then further sell. So these are the setups we have for this week. Thank you very much for enjoying the video and for watching the video. If you did enjoy my work, please show your support back. Hit the like button, drop some feedback below. Your support is my motivation to keep doing these videos for you and hopefully help you in your trading week. So once again, thank you very much for your time. I'm Vladimir Ribakov from Traders Academy Club, and I'll see you in the live trading rooms this week. I will not be around, so Jordan would be there to share his trades, and I'll come back a week after. So thank you very much once again. Happy weekend and wonderful trading week to come. Yours, Vladimir Ribakov, Traders Academy Club. See you soon. Bye for now.